Good morning, CSL family. Good morning. Good morning. My name is Antonio Edwards, music director here. We're going to stand up and sing our opening song, which is Spirit is in this place, and we're going to sing out joyfully. Yeah. Here we go. We have come together as a family. We have come here as we are. We have come with arms wide open. We have gathered here in love. Here we go. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Raise the roof and shout some praise. Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Raise the roof and shout some praise. Spirit is in this place. Raise the roof and shout some praise. Spirit is in this place. Yes.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I am Reverend Tina Miggs, and it's my great joy to welcome you here to CSL Fort Lauderdale. So thank you if you're joining us in the room, if you're joining us online, if you're listening or watching a recording. We know that we are one community, and it is beyond space and time. So grateful and thankful that you all are here. So if you're a first-time guest, we are also very, very glad that you're here. We're so grateful that you've chosen to check us out, to come in and feel and experience the love and the truth that's present through this community. So if you are a first-time guest, we want to thank you for coming to CSL. And if you haven't already, we invite you to go out to guest services after the service and get your free gift, which is some mala beads for you. You can fill out our inquiry card, and you can stay in the know of all the amazing things that are happening here at this center, because there's something always going on for you. So at CSL, we have an intention statement, and that says who we are and how we want to be in this world. So please join me in standing, and we'll say it together, and then afterward, please greet your neighbor, keeping a special eye out for those first-time guests with a hello, a hug, a handshake, a namaste, whatever you're comfortable with. So CSL Fort Lauderdale, who are we? We are a loving and diverse spiritual community, and we're dedicated to personal growth, healing, and service.
I am beautiful. I am kind. I am magical. I am divine. I am intelligent. I am confident. I am resilient. I am provident. I am, 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 I am. I am, I am, I am. I am, I am, I am, I am, I am, I am, I am. I am, I am, I am. I am phenomenal.
I am phenomenal.
Stunning, remarkable.
Stunning, remarkable.
I am illustrious.
I am illustrious.
Important and glorious.
Important, glorious.
I am phenomenal.
I am phenomenal.
Stunning, remarkable.
Stunning, remarkable.
I am illustrious.
I am illustrious.
Important and glorious.
Important, glorious.
I am alive. I am real. I am woman. I shed tears. I am heaven sent. I am relevant. I am the evidence. I am who I am.
I am, 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 I am.
I am. I am. I am. I am. I am. I am. I am. I am. I am.
I am.
I am. I am. I am phenomenal.
I am phenomenal.
Stunning, remarkable.
Stunning, remarkable.
I am illustrious.
I am illustrious.
Important and glorious.
I'm important, glorious.
I am phenomenal.
I am phenomenal.
Stunning, remarkable.
Stunning, remarkable.
I am illustrious.
I am illustrious.
Important and glorious.
Important, glorious. You cannot tell me that I am not who I am. I am, I am, I am, I am, I am, I am. Y'all can say it with us. Say I am. I am, 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 I am. I am. There you go.
I am phenomenal.
I am phenomenal.
Stunning, remarkable.
Stunning, remarkable.
I am illustrious.
I am illustrious.
Important and glorious.
Important, glorious.
I am phenomenal.
I am phenomenal.
Stunning, remarkable.
Stunning, remarkable.
I am illustrious.
I am illustrious.
Important and glorious.
Important, glorious. I am, I am, I am, I am, I am, I am, I am.
I am. I am. I am.
I am, 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 I am. You cannot tell me that I am not who I am.
Well, good morning, my favorite people. How are we doing? I love enthusiasm. So, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Fran Winslow. I'm a licensed practitioner here. I'm on staff here for another week, and I'm also your ministerial student in service to this beautiful community. So, we have 7 core values that simply say who we are as a community and what we represent. They are love, healing, oneness, abundance, spiritual growth, service, and diversity. And today we're highlighting healing. So when I was given this core value, I said to Dr. Chris, oh my God, I've done 3 healings in a row. Like, what am I going to talk about to these people? And I'll try and do my best Chris Michael's impression. He turned to me and, weren't you just sick? And he was right. He was right. And as some of you don't know, I was sick with the virus for like 2 months, and then I got COVID, and it's just been a wild ride. So since he said that to me this week, I had to think about it. And I've been talking to you about spiritual healing, but I haven't been talking about healing the body temple. And when I thought about it, I thought, why have I been sick? Why have I been sick so much? And I realized that all along I've always had a mental equivalent for what health looks like. And every morning I wake up and I do it with my spiritual practice. I do affirmations, and I have an image of myself being vibrant and healthy. And I realized that somewhere along the line I quit doing that. And so our thoughts are really powerful things. And so my body responded to stress and trying to manage working and being in school full time, and I lost sight of who I truly am. So today, as we look at that core value of healing, let's take a look at vibrancy of health, because it is our birthright. And it's easy to do right now because it's the beginning of the year, where all of our New Year's resolutions and advertisements for health and health coaches comes about. So what does a healthy body look like to you? And how will you create a mental equivalent or image of perfect health that will sustain you throughout this year? Our core value today is healing.
One power, one power, one power. There's one power, invisible, and you see it everywhere and every day. There's one power, indescribable, and you speak of it with every word you say. Mysterious until you know the truth. As simple as the love inside of you. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord. Call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, angel's wings or heaven's door. But whatever name you give it, it's all one power, can't you see? It's the power of the love in you and me. One power, one power, one power, one power, one power. That's what we are. We speak so many different languages, different clothing, different colors, different names. But different is only dangerous when we forget that in the heart we're all the same. And we'll remember when we close our eyes to see that such distances were never meant to be. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord. Call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, angel's wings or heaven's door. It's Muhammad, it's your mind, it's your soul and it's your sign. It's the universe, it's music, Mother Earth or Father Time. But whatever name you give it, it's all one power, can't you see? Whatever name you give it, it's the very air we breathe. Oh, it's the power of the love in you and One power, one power, one power, one power. It's the moments of creation. It's the everlasting peace. It's the freedom of forgiveness. It's the sweetness of release. It's the joy of inspiration. It's the sunshine on your face. It's the birthright of all nations. It's the boundlessness of space. It's the beauty of a baby, the serenity of sleep. It's the anger we abandon for its love that's most deep. It's one power, one power, one power. All we are is one power, one power, one power. Oh, it's the power of the love that lives forever in you and me. It's the power of the love in you and me. One power, one power, one power. It's what we are.
Talk about power. Let's have another hand for these two. So this month, we get back to the roots of our teachings. And typically this time of year at CSLs globally, we go back to the basics or get to the roots of our teaching. It's a great time for those of us who have been in these teachings for a while to kind of reconnect. And if you're here for the very first time, it's a great segue into finding out about what we do here and seeing if it resonates with you and where you are in your life. So you're exposed to the basic principles and the philosophies of these teachings. We base our teachings on this book, The Science of Mind, by our founder, Ernest Holmes. And we refer to this as our textbook because it is used in the accredited classes that we teach here as well. Our classes come from the home office, which is located in Golden, Colorado. Sort of, after the pandemic, they've gone to a more virtual teachings. So if you want to follow along this month, it's outlined in the front of the book. Last week, Dr. Chris did the thing itself. Today, we're going to talk about the way it works. Next week is what it does, and then how to use it. Okay, so that's my public service announcement for our teachings. So like I said, Dr. Chris talked last week about the thing itself and also brilliantly wove in our core value of love. So now we have a basic understanding of not two minds, us and them. It's just one universal mind, that there's a limitless power in this universe that's here for us to use, and that the divine nature is within each and every one of us. So we get to discuss how this all works today. So we're made of this stuff, this essence, this thing that we choose to call spirit or God or whatever you're comfortable calling it. A little funny story. When I was in practitioner training, we would break out into pairs and we'd pray for one another. And I had just read this book. It's my favorite Ernest Holmes book. It's called This Thing Called You. And I always call this my little blue book because it helps raise our consciousness. So anyway, when we're in prayer, I had broken into a group with into a pair with a practitioner, and I think I said something about, in the first step of prayer, I said, God, we basically say God is all there is, and I said, it's this beautiful essence, it's this thing that I choose to call God. And when we get done with praying with one another, we give each other feedback. And she said to me, God is not a thing. It is a magnificence. It is an essence. And I felt like I had just gotten a spiritual hand slapping. And I was like, I did defend myself by saying I just read that little blue book where Ernest Holmes refers to it as the thing itself. And she wasn't having it. We're in ministerial classes today, and I'm like, God, I hope I don't have to pray with her because I don't want to get a spiritual slap. But in that book, Ernest Holmes says this: the thing then works for us by working through us as us always. It cannot work for us in any other way. It spreads itself over the whole universe and shouts at us from every angle, but it can become power to us only when we recognize it as power. There's no separation between us and them. That essence is alive and well within each and every one of us. Our founder, Ernest Holmes, goes on to say this: the original life is infinite. It is good. It is filled with peace. It is the essence of purity. It is the ultimate of intelligence. It is power. It is law. It is in us. It is that inner sanctuary of our own nature, hidden perhaps from objective gaze, nestles that seed of perfection. That seed of perfection is you. You're not broken. There's never anything wrong with you. Sometimes it might feel that way, but that's not the pureness or the wholeness of you. So if you're here for the very first time, or maybe you've been here before and you're kind of looking for something because you're feeling stuck or unhappy or unsure, or looking for a community, whatever it is, I always encourage you to look at it in a different light. It's so easy to pass judgment on ourselves and find all the things that are wrong instead of looking for all the things that are right. But what if? What if these feelings landed you in this amazing center today? What if those feelings of unworthiness or not enoughness landed you today among other people who have felt that way or are feeling that way too? What if each and every single one of us are looking to tap into that very seed of perfection that's within us? We speak from those so-called broken parts all the time. So in case you haven't heard by now or caught on, I like to tell stories about things. I was an usher for about 5 years at Mile High Church, which is the largest church in our Centers for Spiritual Living movement as it stands right now. And I went to that church for about a year before I became a member. And then when I became a member, I wanted to deepen into the community. And I did that through volunteering and sacred service. Service is always a huge part of who I am and what I do. And so I decided to usher there. And when you decide to usher there, you're assigned a spot. And some of you may have heard this story. I think I've said it in one of my classes. I'm not sure if I've talked about it in a talk before, so bear with me if I have. You're assigned to this spot, and I always liked what was called the back 40. It was the very way back of the church. You could kind of sneak in the side door and sit down sort of unnoticed. And I always welcomed people with a smile, but if they did one of these, I kind of left them alone, because they're there for whatever reason. And it usually meant, I'm trying to figure something out. But it also meant that they were a first-timer, more than likely. And I love first-timers because you have no idea how these teachings will change your life. If you pay attention during service, some little nugget will reach out and find you. And then look what happens. If anyone had said to me back then, "Oh, Fran, you're going to be a minister," I would have gone, "Cray, cray." I was not. I liked drinking wine and hanging out with my friends and doing all kinds of debauchery things. But when you open your heart to all these possibilities, these little nuggets of happiness, of joy, of bliss, the rest is history. So when you work with people, in any capacity you work with people, you come across somebody that'll touch your life. And I've been fortunate to have several of those people. But this one stands out for me because it was in one of those first early years of ushering when I was in the back 40 and I was doing my thing, greeting people. I like to dance in the aisles and do my thing. And I had greeted this woman, and she was nice. And so we sat down, and she sat down in front of me, and I thought, oh. And my section was always kind of sparse because it's not where, a lot of people hang out. And she sat down in front of me, and I thought, oh, no. I sing really loudly, and I'll do an amen or a hallelujah, and I hope I don't turn her off. And she actually made it through the entire service. And at the end, and sometimes, people get up and leave in the middle of a service because they find that these teachings aren't for them, and that's okay. We aren't for everybody. But she made it through, and then we do the same thing at the end of service that we do here, and we hold hands and sing a song of peace. And so I didn't have a hand to hold, and she didn't have a hand to hold, so I went up to her and I said, "There is no escaping this." And I held her hand, and we sang together. And, afterwards I told her to have a good week, and I cleaned up my section and greeted some other people and told them to have a good week. And now I ushered 3 services in a row, so I was always in the lobby in between. And I was chatting with somebody, and she came up to me and said, "You have no idea how much you helped me today." She came in, she's very broken. She had a lot of things going on in her life. And what she needed was a hand to hold. And what she needed was to know that she was in the right place. And so it just affirmed that she had been divinely guided, and God help her sat in my section. So we never know how someone is feeling when they come through those doors. We have an amazing usher team here that's led by Eric Shelley, and he does such a good job training people and is so welcoming and efficient and always greeting people with a smile. And then it's up to us to reach out to these people. If you see somebody that's an unfamiliar face, tell them hello and welcome them. Maybe somebody's sitting by themselves. Ask them if they want to sit with you. I know the majority of you, and I know who you are and what you represent. And that's how this thing works. It's about sharing that beautiful essence of love and light and peace and presence and force. Whatever you want to call it, that is your seed of perfection that you've been cultivating within you. Share it with someone else. I think Diana Ross says it best when she sings, "Reach out and touch somebody's hand. Make this world a better place if you can." The world needs you. We all need one another, especially right now. So we take that creative medium inside ourselves and share it. At some point, you listen to the whispers of the divine and walk through those double doors for the very first time. The divine will not lead you astray. Now, your mind is what will get you into trouble, telling you all kinds of stories about things, making up stories about things. But when you open up your heart and listen, just listen to those whispers, we discover so much more about ourselves and how it all works, that beautiful thing. So knowing that this essence, this beauty that's within you only works for us as if you allow it to flow in and through you. It will recognize and bring out all the good within you. Ernest Holmes says this: let us begin to accept today more good than we experienced yesterday, and to know that we shall reap a harvest of fulfilled desires. The time must come when we shall have left the apparent evil behind, when it shall be rolled up like a scroll and numbered with the things which were once thought to be. And further, that as high as we shall make our mark in mind and spirit, so high shall be its outward manifestation in our material world. Dr. Chris says it all the time. If you want more love in your life, love yourself more. Be what you wish to seek. If you want more friends, be friendly. Everything you want in your life is within you. You see, that's how it all works. There was an amazing person in my class, and she had decided to reach out to me and do some more amazing work on herself. She was on this journey, and then she decided along this journey she was going to take my class. And she did so because she wanted to make more friends. And that she wanted to make more friends, like-minded friends, and friends to hang out with, and to move forward in this spiritual journey and of creating this life that she had a mental equivalent for. And so one night in class, we were on a break, and she's sitting over here, I'm in the middle, and then other people are sitting on this side, and I watch a gentleman make his way across the room and asked her, hey, do you want to go do something one night? Out of the blue. Just out of the blue. And it was amazing to me because what she had put out into this world was making more friends. And I was honored to be a witness to seeing that happen. Author and life coach Brooke Castile says she looks excitedly for how the universe will respond to her desires in so many unexpected ways. At the moment that they happen, she sends out joy and gratitude. So she's acknowledging that what she wanted in her life has come to fruition, and so she's thanking the universe for it. She says the sense of playfulness, excitement, and gratitude has led her to create a successful multi-million-dollar business. You see, the essence of spirit is dancing with us all the time. It's up to us to be a good partner. Now, just this past week, I realized that next Sunday is my last Sunday. And no one had mentioned to me that I was going to have cake at the reception. Now, I am all about cake. I show up for anything that has cake in it, and I'm starting to rethink, should I go to this if there ain't no cake? So I thought, well, what kind of cake would I like to have at my reception? Oh, it'd be a sheet cake. And it's going to be a half carrot cake with cream cheese frosting, and the other half is white cake with thick white frosting. Because, people, it is all about the frosting. And I thought, and then I let it go. And so Monday at staff meeting, we're talking about things that are going on here. And all of a sudden, out of the blue, Dr. Chris turns to me and says, oh, by the way, we're having cake for you at the reception next week. And I was like, see how easy this is, people. That's how it works. Be the cake. So we take that power that's within us to create the magnificence of life. It's truly heaven here on earth. It's cultivating and nurturing that loving, divine seed of perfection that is you. Because it's the heart of who we are. There can be no other way. It's about dancing in seamless harmony with the divine and carving out that perfect slice of life. There can be no other way. And so it is. It's weird to be standing up here. I don't like, for those of you, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. I don't really like applause. It makes me uncomfortable. And so usually, who's wanting to like clap now, huh? So usually I dart off, but they switched it around, so now we go into meditation. So let's just take a big conscious breath in together. Breathe in that beautiful essence of that divine life that's within you. This is a time in our service. Now you've listened where you don't have to do anything but listen. Listen to those whispers of the divine.
Every day, every day, every day, every day. Every day, every day, every day, every day. Every day, every day, every day, every day. God is all around me. Every day, every day, every day, every day. God is all around in and through me. As me. In and through me. As me. God is all around me.
So we just breathe in. Feeling the coolness of the air tickle our nostrils as it moves through the body temple, breathing out the warmth that is that beautiful seed of perfection. We bring life, we breathe life into this beautiful seed within. There can be no other way. We listen to the calling of our hearts. the beautiful nature, the nurturing of who we are. And we take that essence and we share it. And as we share it, it is divinely received and returned back to us. It shows up in the form of more love, more light, more peace, that perfect peace that is spread throughout all of humanity. For it is truly the magnificence that works in, through, and around us. There can be no other way. And so as we recognize this magnificence, we hold it close. We nurture it. And we take this into the silence of this moment. And so we breathe in that power of the love that's within you and me. And we bring this into our everyday lives, filling every moment with that beautiful essence that is truly the divine.
Every day, every day, every day, every day. Every day, every day, every day, every day. Every day, every day, every day, every day. God is all around me. And I'm thankful. And so it is. And I'm thankful. And so it is. God is all around me.
We take a breath in together and bring our awareness right back into this beautiful place that we call our spiritual home, the community that is so near and dear to my heart. And I hope it's near and dear to your hearts too. And so it is.
One man come in the name of love. One man come and go. One man come here to justify one man to overthrow. In the name of love, what more in the name of love? In the name of love, what more in the name of love? One man caught on a barbed wire fence, one man he resists, one man washed on an empty beach, one man betrayed with a kiss. In the name of love, what more in the name of love? In the name of love, what more in the name of love? Late afternoon, April 4, shots ring out in a Memphis sky high. Free at last, they took your life, they could not take your pride. In the name of love, what more in the name of love? In the name of love, what more in the name of love? In the name of love, what more in the name of love? In the name of love, what more in the name of love?
Whew. You know, we get to run a service, so I knew this song was coming, but I didn't expect what I was going to feel from it. So thank you, Antonio. That was. Whew. All right. This is our giving time. And, you know, I love how everything just perfectly lines up. God has been called that which is the unconditional love, right? The unconditional giving of the Spirit. And Juan Carlos, my husband, always likes to add the unconditional giving and receiving of the Spirit. So we are these very vessels, right, that receive so much from life itself, that we're filled to overflowing with this goodness, this love, this beauty, this magnificence, this thing itself. And we get to be that space where we give from that overflow. This is the way it works. It's not just what we do with our mind and our thoughts, but it is the actions and the way in which we are being in this world. And so to be these generous beings creates more and more for us to give. Fran talked about how Dr. Chris says that if we want more love in our life, we get to love ourselves. We get to give to ourselves, and we get to give to where we're spiritually fed. So if you were spiritually fed this day, we're just asking you to give. And there's so many easy ways that you can give. If you are in-house, you can give right here and now. If you're on any of our streaming platforms, you can hit the donate button. On our app, there's a donate button. And we want to acknowledge our TPL members, the Prosperous Life members. Those are individuals who have chosen to give on a monthly basis, which helps us with all sorts of budgeting so we can continue to be this space and place of love, of truth, and freedom for all individuals to walk in and wake up to who and what they are. So how grateful and thankful I am to know that everything this community needs is already given, and it gets to show up and come forth to each of us individually and collectively, to be the love, to be the generosity, to be the truth on this planet. And so it is.
There was a time in my life I thought I had to do it all by myself. Didn't know the grace of God was sufficient, and I didn't know the love of God was at hand. But now I can say, if you are discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, you got to let it go. Let it all go. This is what you had to say. I release and I let go. Let the Spirit of my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. Come on. Let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. Come on. Let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.
I'm a wreck after that MLK song. I can't get it together. We had just studied in Minister's Speaker 1, the sermons of Martin Luther King Jr. and just his brilliancy and how he was a great storyteller, which was way ahead of his time. So it really resonated for me. So now let's go into our announcements. Here at Fort Lauderdale, we have so many ways for you to pray, to receive prayer. You can request a prayer on our app or on our website, or place a written request in the box that's directly across the lobby. The very best way to receive prayer is here in person. The practitioners, all wearing purple stoles, will be up here on the platform at the end of service, and they'll be down here in front to pray with you. So please do not leave with anything heavy on your heart, or if things are going great, pray for more greatness to come into your life. Also, immediately following service, well, not immediately, but around noonish, we have a free affirmative prayer clinic that'll be taking place in our community room, and it's led by our practitioner emeritus, John Rossetti. Emeritus just means that he's been praying for over 20 years. Good gosh, I know. That's big doings here. That's big doings. So it's a great way to learn more about how affirmative prayer can enhance your life and to meet our practitioners. We have a youth program that shares the same themes that we do here in the sanctuary. And as you know, the youth is vital to our New Thought movement. So please bring your kids, their friends, any family members, and have them check us out. In addition, we're always looking for volunteers to help with our youth services. So please stop by guest services or at the volunteer booth for more information there. It's not too late to get involved in spiritual economics class that's co-taught by Dr. John Waterhouse and Dr. Ferdinand Cabrera. They're co-teaching that class that meets on Wednesday nights from 6:30 to 8:30. If you're interested in fostering a more prosperous and abundant life, like who isn't, that class is for you. So don't miss out. As you will note, we have a special table that's been up in the lobby now where you can purchase your gala tickets. If you haven't gotten your tickets yet, why are you waiting? It's time, people. And in addition, we're extending the raffle for this beautiful basket in front of me for another week. Inside, there's a $100 bill, there's a bottle of bubbly, some cheese and crackers. It sounds like a perfect date night. So get your raffle tickets today. And lastly, as a reminder, in observance of the Martin Luther King holiday, the offices will be closed tomorrow, okay? So we have an affirmation that we say together, and it'll be coming up on the screen here in just a moment. So please say it with me with gusto. You ready? I am in alignment with the Spirit of God. My desire for good is God's desire for me. There's only the one power, the one presence, the one life that moves in and through and around each and every one of us. It is that thing that we call God. And so as we take that this week, we take that nurturing seed of that God essence that's within each and every one of us, and we share it. We bring it to light. What we give, we receive so much more back. And so as we go forth this week, we do so with that love and light attached right to our hearts. And so it is.
Join us for our final song, This Is My Wish. This is my wish for the world. Peace, the finest way, every boy and girl. This is the time for harmony. Let love be the song. Everybody sing, fill the air with joyful noise. Ring the bells and raise your voice. Let there be peace on earth, peace on earth. Lift your light and let it shine. Shine, shine, shine. Let every voice be heard. Let there be peace on earth. Oh, 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 yeah, yeah. Peace on